Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Today, we will see Simplified hierarchy of needs. Abraham Maslow, an American psychologist, proposed a hierarchy of psychological requirements to explain human decision-making. In 1943, paper titled A Theory of Human Motivation, Maslow suggested that 5 fundamental needs constitute the basis for human behavioral motivation. In his original article, and later 1954 book titled Motivation and Personality. So what is Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a motivation theory that claims that an individual's conduct is dictated by 5 categories of human needs. Maslow's theory describes a pyramid-shaped hierarchy of requirements, with fundamental needs at the bottom and more high-level, intangible needs at the top. When a person's fundamental needs have been met, he or she can move on to addressing higher-level needs. The 5 levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Starting from bottom, physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging needs, esteem needs, self-actualization needs. These 5 levels of needs can be grouped as basic needs, psychological needs, and self-fulfillment needs. Basic needs include physiological needs and safety needs. Psychological needs include love and belonging needs and esteem needs. Self-fulfillment needs include self-actualization needs. Physiological needs. The physiological needs are at the bottom of the hierarchy. These requirements are biologically necessary for human survival: food and water, enough rest, clothes and shelter, general health, and reproduction are among the most fundamental human survival needs. These basic physiological needs, according to Maslow, must be met before people may progress to the next level of satisfaction. Safety needs. The desire for safety is next on the hierarchy of needs. Protection from violence and theft, mental stability and well-being, health security, and financial security are all important aspects of personal safety. In the absence of physical safety as a result of war, natural disasters, family violence, childhood abuse, etc., these safety needs manifest themselves in ways such as a preference for job security, grievance procedures to protect the individual from unilateral authority, savings accounts, insurance policies, disability accommodations, and so on. This level is more likely to prevail in children because they have a greater need to feel safe. Shelter, job security, health, and safe environments are all part of safety needs. If a person does not feel safe in a situation, he or she will seek safety before attempting to meet any higher level of survival. Love and belonging needs, the social wants, which are on the 3rd level of Maslow's hierarchy, are the last of the so-called lower needs, and they relate to human contact. Friendships and family bonds, both biological and chosen family, parents, siblings, children are among these requirements, spouses and partners. In order to achieve a sense of heightened kinship, physical and emotional closeness, ranging from sexual connections to intimate emotional attachments, is necessary. Membership in social groupings, from belonging to a team of employees to establishing an identity in a union, club, or group of hobbyists, also contributes to satisfying these needs. Esteem needs. The higher demands, starting with esteem, are ego-driven needs. Self-respect, the idea that you are worthwhile and deserving of dignity, and self-esteem are the fundamental components of esteem. Confidence in your potential for personal growth and accomplishments. Maslow distinguishes 2 forms of self-esteem: esteem based on respect and acknowledgement from others, and esteem based on your own self-assessment. This second form of self-esteem gives rise to self-assurance and independence. Self-actualization needs. Self-actualization refers to reaching your full potential as a human. Self-actualization needs, also known as self-fulfillment wants, are at the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Education, skill development, the refinement of skills in fields such as music, athletics, design, cuisine, and gardening, caring for others, and larger objectives such as learning a new language, traveling to new locations, and winning prizes are all examples of self-actualization requirements. Maslow's hierarchy of needs higher order, that is, self-esteem and self-actualization, and lower order, that is, physiological, safety, and love. Needs classification is not universal and may differ across cultures due to individual differences and the availability of resources in the region or geopolitical entity and country. Limitations of Maslow's theory of hierarchy of needs. The main difficulty with Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory is that it cannot be practically validated, since there is no precise technique for measuring how satisfied one level of need must be before the next higher level of need becomes functional. Maslow only considered a subset of the human population. The hierarchy of needs theory's manifestations, such as self-esteem and security, have widely different classifications in cultures throughout the world. As a result, it is difficult for researchers to quantify or generalize these demands across all human populations. The approach is too simplistic. The same product or service may meet many demands at the same time. The idea lacks empirical support for the ranking of demands. The idea is excessively culture-bound, which means it lacks cross-cultural validity, and the hierarchy's expectations may be confined to Western societies. Despite the fact that Maslow's hierarchy makes obvious answer, there is just a little quantity of data to completely establish its hierarchical phase. For example, the concept of self-actualization suffers from unclear classifications and a lack of proof other than oral. The approach does not take into account the possibility of cultural variations, instead assuming that the same needs apply equally to all human civilizations. Despite failing to account for the possibility of individual variations, the model implies that the same demands in the same sequence applied equally from one person to another, regardless of nature. A small poor boy feels rejoice after feeding a stray dog, so what need would you call it? Mention that in comments below. Despite the fact that Maslow's hierarchy lacks scientific support, it is well known and is the very first theory of motivation. What are your views on Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Can you mention any other needs? That's all for this video. Do click on subscribe for more informative videos, and have a wonderful day.